we're going to start seated on our mat. Whatever position is comfortable for you, legs out, legs bent, on a pillow, on a block. Let's go ahead and take our strap. Place our strap along the small of our back, like along your bra line, just below the shoulder blades. And then put one side of each strap over your shoulders and reach back and grab those straps to give yourself a nice backpack style here, allowing your back to sit up nice and straight, pulling those shoulders down away from the ears, sitting up as tall as you can, allowing those arms to hang on the strap, giving that extra pull, and take nice deep breaths. Filling up the chest space on the inhale. Either breathing in through the nose and out through the nose, or in through the nose and exhaling out the mouth as a cleansing breath. But not letting the upper body rise. Be very mindful not to let that upper body rise on the inhale. If your strap isn't quite long enough, you can always connect two of them together to make it a little bit longer. Keeping the eyes open or closed is up to you. Taking 3 more breaths here. And on the exhale of that 3rd breath, you can let go of those straps and pull them off the shoulders and drop it off to the side. Returning to a regular seated position with your hands on your knees. And then taking a moment here to move in some circles. So make some nice deep circles with the hips. Drop the shoulders. Move in a way that just feels good for you. Maybe it's arching the back as you roll back, or bringing the shoulders down in the front. Just moving how it feels comfortable. No matter if you look silly, no one can see you anyway. Change the direction of that circle. And then return to center. Sitting up nice and tall, thinking about that hook and eye on the top of the head, reaching up to the sky, keeping our back and spine long. Inhale, we bring the arms up overhead. Exhale, bring them down to heart center. Sweep the arms out to the side. Inhale, we bring them up. Exhale, bring them down to heart center. One more time, sweep the arms out to the side. Inhale up. And exhale, bring them down to heart center. Inhale, bring the hands together up. Point them to the sky. Let the head drop back. Look up at those fingers. Exhale, bring the hands back down to heart center. Look down towards the fingers, let the head drop. Inhale, hands come up, eyes go up to the fingertips, head drops back. Exhale, hands come down to heart center, head drops. One more time, inhale, the fingertips go up, eyes match, head drops back. Exhale, hands come back down to heart center, head drops. Return to center. Place your hands behind your back. Place your hands behind your back on your lower sacrum there. See if you can get those elbows to point as close to the back as they can, arching the back, looking up, shining that chest space forward. If this is not comfortable, then you can place your hands on the mat behind you, fingertips facing your bum, and arch back that way. If you can't quite get your hands to your lower sacrum, then they can go on the floor, fingertips facing the back. You're gonna hinge a little bit and arch it all forward, lifting up out of the chest space, letting the head drop to where it's comfortable. And bring yourself back up to seated. Walk the hands forward, stretch the back out in the other direction. Walk the hands as far as they'll go, letting the chest space shine. And when you reach that point where you can't go any farther, drop the head, arch the back, fold forward. Walk those hands over to the right, feeling that slight side stretch. Then walk the hands over to the left. And bring them back to center. And walk the hands back forward. Sitting up nice and tall. Inhale the arms up overhead. On the exhale, drop the left hand down next to you. Reach the right arm over, crescent moon. Try not to let that shoulder fall forward. Keep the shoulders back. Look up towards the arm if that helps. Inhale, bring both arms up. Exhale, drop the right arm to the side. Stretch the left arm over, crescent moon. Again, if you feel that shoulder rolling forward, then look up at your elbow, up towards that ceiling. Inhale, bring both arms up. Drop that left arm a little bit farther out to the side. Reach the right arm over, crescent moon to the side. Feeling the curve on the right side body, compressing the curve on that left side. Inhale, bring both arms up. Drop the right arm, exhale, bring the left overhead. Keeping those hips on the mat. Don't find yourself coming up. If you find yourself coming up, then you've twisted a little too far. Pull back on that left arm. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, bring the hands back down to the knees. Extend the left leg out in front. Tuck the right foot inside. Inhale, bring the arms up overhead. Rotate the body towards the left leg. Reach the arms forward. Hinge at the hips. Let the chest shine forward. When you can't reach any farther, fold forward, bend. Maybe you can grab your foot. Maybe you can't. Maybe you use your strap and place the strap around the foot. If your arms are only making it to here, well, then hold on to that strap and see if you can push that chest space a little bit farther forward before folding over. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, drop the hands to the side and switch the legs. Bring the arms up overhead. Twist the body to face the right leg. Hinge at those hips, reach forward with that chest. When you can't reach any farther, then fold, arching out the back. Keeping the shoulders straight, try not to turn. It may feel different on this side than it did on the other side, and that's okay. Our bodies are always different. Utilizing the strap if we need. Inhale, bring both arms up. Extend both legs out in front. Reach forward with those hands, hinge at the hips. Keep the chest space shining forward. Keep the back as straight as you can. When you can't go any farther, then fold. Keep the legs active, toes are pointing up. Grab those toes if you can. Use a strap if you need to. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, bring the hands down to the side. Cross the left foot over the right. Tuck it into the chest if you need to. On the inhale, bring the arms up overhead. Then on the exhale, drop the left arm behind you. Reach the right arm across the knee, sitting up nice and tall. Using the pressure of your right elbow against that left knee to twist a little bit farther, sitting up a little bit higher, looking over the left shoulder. Remembering to breathe, not holding our breath. Using those inhales to sit taller and the exhales to twist farther. Exhale, release back to center. Hug the left knee in. Give it a nice hug. Maybe rock from side to side. You're not going to get much movement here on the rocking from side to side. It's just a compression hug. Take a nice deep inhale. And on the exhale, send that left leg long. Sit up nice and straight. Readjust on those sit bones if you need to. Cross the right foot over the left. If your foot doesn't quite make it to the mat, that's fine. You can always put a block underneath just to help with the spacing there. The leg itself doesn't have to be straight up. Keep that in mind. So if your leg is kind of here, because you can't get it all the way over, stick a block underneath it or a pillow. Inhale those arms up overhead. Sitting up nice and tall. Exhale, drop the right arm behind you. Use the left hand to cross the right knee for that twist. Sitting up nice and tall with each of those exhales. Twisting a little bit farther on the exhales. Feeling the twist in the back. Looking over the shoulder. Take one more deep breath here. And on the exhale, return to center. Give that right knee a hug. Again, this is a tight space. It's a tight movement. So you're not going to get very far if you're going to rock side to side. It's just a little rock, a little bit of compression. Pushing the fluids through our hip space. Take a deep breath in. And on the exhale, send that leg long. Go ahead and separate the legs like a wide V. Readjust on those sit bones if you need to. Inhale, bring those arms up overhead. Exhale, bring the left hand to the left foot. Reach over with the right. Wide V, crescent moon. Again, keeping those shoulders stacked. If you feel that shoulder start to reach forward, look up with the head. Inhale, rise up. Drop the right arm down to the right toes. Reach the left arm overhead. Inhale, both arms up. Place the hands on the mat in front of you or the floor in front of you and just walk them forward as far as you can go. When you can't go any farther, fold forward, drop the head. Walk those hands back on. Nice inhale. And we're going to come into our tabletop position. Remember that if you have troubles with your knees, you can always fold that mat over on the end, give you a little extra cushion on those knees, or you can put a pillow underneath there. or a gardener's mat is always a good idea. In our tabletop, we want our shoulders over wrists, hips over knees, back is straight, looking out about 6 inches in front of our mat. We don't want our head and eyes down because that brings everything down. We want our eyes looking about 6 inches in front of our mat. Then on the inhale, we're going to drop the belly, lift the chest. And we're going to exhale, round out the back, drop the neck into that cat. Inhale to your cow. Exhale to your cat. Go ahead and take 3 more cat cows in your own breath. And when you're ready, return to your neutral spine. Make sure you can wiggle those toes behind you. You don't want to be putting too much pressure on them back there, so you should be able to lift those feet. Extend the left arm out to the side. Reach it up towards the ceiling. Take a deep breath in, and on the exhale, thread that left arm under the right, come down on the left shoulder. If your head doesn't quite make it, maybe you're here, you can put a pillow underneath your head or a block underneath your head. The goal is to still have your hips over your knees and come down on that shoulder. Right arm is supporting. You can stay here. You can extend the right leg behind. You can lift the right leg up if you want a little extra balance. But just remaining in this neutral position is great for the back of the shoulder. Use the right hand to push your body up. Reach that left arm high and drop it back down to the mat. Extend the right arm out to the side. Reach it up to the ceiling. Take a deep inhale. And on the exhale, thread that right arm under the left. Come down on that right shoulder. Hang here. Drop the left arm flat down on the mat if you can. If you want, you can extend that left leg. You can lift that left leg. You can even take the left arm and wrap it behind your back. Whatever feels comfortable for you, knowing that the main focus of this stretch is to stretch the back of the right shoulder. Breathing into that shoulder space. Place that left hand on the mat. Use the strength in your left arm to push that upper body up. Reach the right arm high to the sky and return to your neutral tabletop. Go ahead and separate the knees. Bring the toes together. Sit back in a child's pose. Reaching those arms forward, sending those hips back. Breathing into the lower back. And then walk the hands over to the right, placing the left hand on top of the right palm. Shift the hips over to the left, crescent moon child's pose. Feel that stretch from the top of the left fingers all the way down to the left hip. Trying not to let that shoulder creep up. Keep those shoulders square. And then walk the hands over to the left. Place the right hand on top of the left palm. Shift the right hips over. Feel that crescent moon on the right side. Return the hands to center. And then come back up into our tabletop. If you have your blocks nearby, go ahead and grab your blocks. Place your hands up on those blocks so we're a little bit higher of a tabletop. And then extend the left leg behind you. Keeping the eyes gazing forward, extend that left leg, push through the toes. Feel the stretch to the calf. Inhale, lift that left leg up. Point the toes to the back. Arch the back, lift the heart. On the exhale, curve the back way up like a cat. Bring that left leg through to the front in between those blocks. That's what the blocks are for. If you need to lift the blocks a little bit higher to get that leg through, you can. Or if you need to stop and just readjust altogether, nothing wrong with that. From here, rise up, low lunge. If you need to wiggle that left foot out so that the left knee stays above the ankle, we don't want it more than 90 degrees. Feel the opening in that right hip space. Arms are strong overhead. Shoulders are away from ears. Head is lifted. Take one more inhale. On the exhale, bring the hands back down to the blocks. Straighten the left leg. Sit back for that hamstring stretch. You might find you can only get here. You might be able to come all the way down and sit on that right foot. It depends on the day if I can do it or not. I'm just going to stay up here. Let the head drop. Feel that stretch all to the back of the leg. Inhale, lift the head, straighten the back. Bend the front knee. Bring that left leg back behind us in that tabletop. Again, however you need to. If you're here and you can't lift it, then you just pick up your left hand and then you move the left leg. Whatever's good for you. Let's drop our belly, lift our chest for a quick cow. Exhale for a cat, round it out. Returning to that neutral tabletop. Extend the right leg behind us. Keep the toes on the mat. Press through the heel. Let the head stretch forward. You should be like one straight line from the top of the head all the way down through the right heel. Inhale, lift that right leg. Then point the toes. Arch the back, lift the head. On the exhale, round the back out. Lift that belly space. See if you can bring the right leg through between the hands. Adjusting as needed. You might need to lift off that back knee. You might need to give a little bit more space. Wiggle those toes forward. And then when you're ready, inhale, rise up. Low lunge. Again, remember those shoulders away from ears. I feel it all the time. My shoulders creep up. Just drop them back down. Feel like somebody's just putting a little bit of pressure on them. Help them come down. Feeling that opening in that left hip space. Bring those hands back down to the block. Straighten that front leg. Feeling that hamstring stretch. Maybe you keep the toe pointed. Maybe you lift the toe up. Whatever's comfortable. You don't want too much weight on that left knee. You want to be able to feel it all up the back of that right leg. Lift the head up, straighten the back. Bend that right knee forward. And then bring that right foot behind us into our tabletop. Again, drop the belly, lift the chest for a cow. And then round it all out on your cat. Return to that neutral tabletop. Keep the blocks or move the blocks. It's totally up to you at this point. Extend the left leg behind. Toes are down on the mat, pressing out through the heel. Lift that left leg behind you. Keep the toes pointed down. Kickstand the right leg out. Roll the left arm open, half moon. Feel like someone is pulling on that left foot and on that left hand, keeping you as long as you could possibly be. Don't let yourself sink into your joints. Reach up. Reach the left arm overhead. Feel that straight line now from the top of your fingertips all the way out the toes. Point the toes. Keep the head next to the biceps. Extend the left arm back up in the air, flex those toes. Take a deep inhale. And on the exhale, drop the left hand back down to the mat, left knee back down to the mat, bring the right knee back in. Lots to do there. Drop back into a quick child's pose. Just to come off the knees for a minute. Inhale, come back up into our neutral tabletop. Readjust as you need to. Extend the right leg behind you. Feel the stretch out through the heel. Lift the right leg. Kickstand the left leg. Peel yourself open on the right. Half moon. Feel that same sensation like someone's pulling on the top of your wrist, bottom of your ankle. Don't let yourself sink into your joints. Reach the right arm overhead, point the toe. Feel the full stretch from the tips of your fingers all the way out through the tips of your toes. Inhale, bring that right arm back up. Flex the foot. On the exhale, come back into our neutral tabletop. And push back into that child's pose, coming off those knees. While we're here, go ahead and just flip the wrists around. Give them a chance to kind of rest, maybe make a few circles. The arms kind of become loose. We do a lot on our wrists there. When you're ready, come back into that neutral tabletop. Tuck your toes, lift those knees about 2 inches off the ground. Feel the core engage. And when you're ready, send those hips way up in the air. Still up on those toes, stretching up, and then coming down into our first down dog of the day. Remember that your down dog might have bent knees, and that's okay. The important part is that you have a line from your shoulder out to your wrist, about a 60-degree angle that's even with your hips. Better to have your knees bent and have proper upper body alignment than to have your knees straight and poor upper body alignment. Does that make sense? So hips to fingertips should be one line. If you need to bend your knees to get there, that's fine. Take a moment to shake your head, yes and no. Take one more yes, and settle in. Decide where it's comfortable for your feet. Sometimes I like them a little wider. Inhale, come up on the toes, lift the hips up higher. Look at the hands, pull forward, high plank. Reach those hips back up in the air. Drop the heels back down. Inhale, come up on those toes. Send the hips up high. Look between the hands. Pull forward, high plank. Inhale, push those hips back up in the air. And exhale, drop the heels. Take a deep inhale. Walk the feet forward to meet the hands. Let the body hang, forward fold. Maybe place hands on opposite elbows for a ragdoll. Rocking side to side. Exhale, place the hands back down on the mat and fold. Bend your knees a lot. Place the hands above your knees. Roll on up to standing. Roll those shoulders down the back. Strong mountain pose. Feet are close together. Arms are gently against the side of the body, but they're active. Shoulders are away from the ears. Core is engaged. Inhale, lift the arms up overhead. Slight back bend, look up to the ceiling. Inhale, reach back up. Use the right hand to bind the left wrist, crescent moon to the right. Keeping those shoulders square, pushing that hip out to the side. Inhale, rise up. Switch to bind. Crescent moon to the left. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, the arms behind you, interlace those fingers. Roll the shoulders down the back. Lift the heart. Bend the knees. Fold over those knees if you can. Exhale, release the hands to the mat. Step the left foot back. Keep the right foot forward, runner's lunge. Use your blocks if needed. Feel that stretch to the top of the head and bottom of the foot. On the inhale, rise up, crescent lunge. Slight flexion in that back knee. Shoulders away from ears. Take a nice inhale. On the exhale, cactus or goalpost those arms. Feel the shoulders roll down the back. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, cactus those arms. Feel the shoulders on the back. You should be able to hear those muscles. Inhale, rise up. One more time, shoulders come down the back. Inhale, rise up. Hold that crescent lunge. Take a deep inhale. On the exhale, bring the hands back down to the mat. Step the left foot in just a little bit. Straighten the front leg. Pyramid pose, drop the head. Feel that hamstring stretch. Inhale, straighten the back. Exhale, bend that front knee. Step the left foot to meet the right. Fold forward. Bend the knees a lot. Place the hands above the knees. Roll on up to center. Inhale those arms up overhead. Exhale, baby back bend. Inhale, rise up. Bind the right, use the right hand to bind the left wrist. Crescent moon to the right. Inhale, rise up. Switch the bind. Crescent moon to the left on the exhale. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, interlace those fingers behind you. Roll the shoulders down the back. Reach that heart space forward. Bend the knees. Fold over the knees. Exhale, release those hands to the mat or to the block. Step the right foot back behind you. Runner's lunge. Feeling strong in that runner's lunge. Stretching out from the heel through the top of the head. On the inhale, rise up, crescent lunge. Feel the strength in the leg, flexion in that back knee, opening in the right hip. Adjust the foot as needed. Take an inhale. On the exhale, interlace the fingers behind you. Roll the shoulders down the back. Whoa, that's a giant bunny that just ran through my yard. It was big, bigger than Dodge. Oh. Sorry, the computer's about to shut off. Release those fingers. I don't remember which way we were. Inhale the arms back up overhead. Exhale, bring the hands back down to the mat. Step that right foot in just slightly. Straighten the left leg, pyramid pose. Back is straight, head is lifted. On the exhale, fold forward. Inhale, straighten the back, lift the head. Exhale, bend that front knee. Step the right foot to meet the left. And exhale and fold. Bend the knees a lot. Place the hands above the knees. Roll on up to standing. In that mountain pose. Keep the feet together. Feel the knees pressed together. On the inhale, we're going to sit low, sweep the arms behind us, bring them out in front, Utkatasana. Biceps are next to ears, shoulders are away from ears. Feel those shoulders sink down the back. Sit lower into the chair, weight is in the hips. You should be able to wiggle those toes. Holding here. For 5, 4, 3, 2. This position is called lightning bolt, Utkatasana lightning bolt. Your body should be like the lightning bolt. You should be strong. 1, fold, forward, fold. Inhale to that halfway lift. Exhale and fold. We're going to move to Utkatasana from here. So on the inhale, we bend the knees, we sweep the arms back. They come up next to the biceps come up next to ears, but shoulders are away. Bring your hands to heart center. Twist to the left. Knees stay forward, hips stay forward, just the upper body and the obliques do the twisting. Maybe you can hook the elbow, keeping those hands at heart center. If not, you stay where you were. Open the arms, expand. Use the weight of the right arm, the strength of the right arm to push against that left knee and really twist the body open. Exhale and fold forward. Inhale to a halfway lift. Exhale and fold. On the inhale, bend the knee, drop the hips, sweep the arms forward. Utkatasana. Hands come down the heart center. Make sure that weight is in the back of the heels. You should always be able to wiggle those toes. Twisting to the right this time. Hips are shining forward, knees are shining forward. Using that upper body and obliques to twist to the right. Open the arms. Feel that deeper twist. Exhale and fold. Separate the feet about hip bone width. Use the first two fingers of your hand to bind those big toes. Pull yourself down, forward fold. Release the bind. Hands come down to the mat, heel toe those feet back together. Bend the knees a lot. Place the hands above the knees. Roll on up to standing. Inhale those arms up overhead. Exhale, bring them down to heart center. Shift the weight into the right foot. Lift the left foot. Bring it against the... Excuse me, I knew I had to sneeze. I just wasn't sure when it was coming. Bring the left foot against the inner thigh or calf for your treat. When you're ready, grow your tree. Finding that drishti point, keeping the core strong. Release the left leg out in front, one-legged mountain. Cross it over the right knee, bring the hands to heart center, standing pigeon. Sit down, sit low like you are in Utkatasana. Inhale, rise up, one-legged mountain. Bring the left leg back down to the mat, hands come to heart center. Release the feet about hip bone width. Take a quick standing waterfall, shake it out. Returning to mountain. Inhale the arms up overhead. Exhale, bring the hands to heart center. Shift the weight into the left. Bring the right foot up to the calf or the inner thigh for your tree. When you're ready, grow your tree. Finding that drishti that helps you not move. Releasing the right foot in front, one-legged mountain. Cross that right foot over the left knee, hands come to heart center. Sit low like Utkatasana, standing pigeon. We can get there. Feel the stretch in the lower piriformis area. If you need to use the wall, I need to use the wall here at the moment. The one contact is not great for the balancing and the drishti, and my leg is a little bit weaker on this side. Inhale, rise up, one-legged mountain. Exhale, drop that right foot back down to the mat. Take a moment, standing waterfall or dragon tails, whatever you want to call it. Return to your mountain. Inhale those arms up overhead. Exhale, push the air out to the side, swan dive down. Keep the back straight, legs straight. Fold, forward, fold. Inhale to that halfway lift. Exhale, place the hands on the mat, step the left foot back and the right foot back, high plank. Lift those hips, pull back, downward facing dog. Extend the left leg up behind you. Point the toes, but keep the hips square. Come up on the right toes, look between the hands, reach that left foot forward. Runner's lunge. If you want to use your blocks, use your blocks. Drop the back foot 45 degrees. Rise up, warrior one. Keeping those shoulders away from ears. Feeling the strength in those legs. Taking one more inhale here. On the exhale, open warrior two, back foot becomes parallel to the mat. Hips open, shoulders open. We've still got a 90-degree angle on that front knee. Gaze is where it's comfortable. It might be with the head over the front arm. It might be with the head straight ahead. Inhale, straighten the front leg, reach the arms up, gentle warrior. Exhale, release down, warrior two. Inhale, gentle warrior. Exhale, warrior two. Reach a little bit forward, then come up, reverse your warrior. Drop the left hand on top of the left thigh, left arm, I should say, on top of the left thigh, side angle stretch. Reach that right arm over, feel the curve in the side body. Bring the right arm high. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Straighten the front leg. Reach that back hip back, bring the arms forward. Reach as far forward as you can, kicking that hip back, then come down into your triangle, using the block if needed. I should have done this the other way first, so you're not looking at my back, but you're pros at this by now, so you're not looking at me anyway. Inhale, rise up, reverse your triangle. Windmill those hands down to the mat, bending that front foot, front knee coming up on the back toes. Step the left foot back to meet the right. High plank. Hold the high plank. Feel those muscles in the core pull in for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lift the hips up nice and high. Pull back, downward facing dog. Inhale the right leg up behind you. Point the toe, keep the hips square though. Come up on those left toes, lift that right foot even higher. Look between the hands, step the right foot between the hands, runner's lunge. Using blocks if you need to. Drop that left foot 45 degrees. Rise up, warrior one. Looking at that back foot, making sure it's at a 45-degree angle. You're not up on those toes like a crescent lunge. Taking one more inhale. And on the exhale, open warrior two. That back foot is now parallel to the mat. Leg is nice and straight. Right leg is 90 degrees over the ankle. Arms are extended, shoulders are open, hips are open. Gaze is where it's comfortable. Inhale, gentle warrior. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, gentle warrior. Sometimes it's nice to look up. Exhale, warrior two. Reach slightly forward. Inhale, reverse your warrior. On the exhale, bring that right arm against the right thigh. Reach the left arm high, side angle stretch. Extend that left arm overhead. Feel that full curve down the left side body. Right leg remains strong. Stay at that 90-degree angle. Release the left arm high. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Exhale, warrior two. Straighten that front leg. Kick the left hip back. Reach as far forward as you can. When you can't reach any farther, come down into your triangle. Using a block if you need to, hanging on to your ankle like I am. Whatever's comfortable for you. Inhale, reverse your triangle. On the exhale, bend that front knee, windmill those arms forward. Come up on those left toes, runner's lunge. Step the right foot back to meet the left, high plank. Hold the high plank for 10, 9, 8, 7. If you feel like your butt has come up, drop it down. 4, 3, 2, 1. Send the hips up high, pull back. Downward facing dog. Breathing here. Inhale, come up on those toes. Exhale, lift those hips higher. Pull forward to that high plank. Then drop the knees. Untuck the toes. Push back, child's pose. When you're ready from your child's pose, bring yourself up to tabletop and then right down, excuse me, into seated. Grab that strap that you have nearby. Place the strap underneath the feet. Bring the hands down about midway on the strap, I'd say. So the hands are even with the knees. Sit the back up nice and tall. Come up on those sit bones, extend the legs in front, high boat. Feeling the core engage, back is staying straight. You don't want to round the back out the back. You want to keep it nice and tall. If you can do it without the strap, give it a try. This makes it a little bit harder on the abs. We hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop the feet, wrap the arms around the knees. Seated child's pose. Place the feet at the edges of the mat. Bring the arms out in front and slowly lower, keeping the back straight for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. From here, we start to arch the back. 5, lowering one vertebrae at a time. 4, 3, 2, 1. We come all the way down. Walk the feet in a little bit. Bring the arms down the side. Feel the strength in the feet. And on the inhale, lift up for your bridge. Care Bear stairs time. Those hip space shine forward. If you need to place your hands underneath your hips for a little bit of extra stretch, a little bit of extra support, that's fine. But most of the strength is in the feet. You're using those legs to propel those hips forward. Exhale, release one vertebrae at a time. Bring the soles of the feet together. Let the knees drop to the side. Place the hands wherever it's comfortable. Maybe it's alongside you on your belly or over your head. Just don't let that lower back creep up. Return the feet to the mat about hip bone width. Extend the left leg. Point and flex those toes. Make a few circles. Cross the left foot over the right knee. Use the left hand to push that left knee away. Hold here or rock from side to side. Whatever is comfortable for you. If you've never tried rocking side to side, give it a go. Return to center if you're moving. Lift that right leg, support it with the right arm. Feel a deeper stretch in that piriformis. Hold here or rock from side to side, maybe take a few circles. I personally find the 10 o'clock position is the best one for this, for me, but it could be different for you. Return to center, drop the right foot. Cross the left foot all the way over, arms come out like a T. Drop the knees over to the right. Eagle twist. I'm blocking my way. Engage the core. Bring the knees up through center. Drop them over to the left. Inhale, bring the knees up to center. Extend that left leg one more time. Point and flex the toe. A few circles. And bring that left leg back down to the mat. Extend the right foot. Point and flex the toes in a few circles. So important that we move our ankles around anytime we're seated there, sitting there, watching television. You should be moving your ankles around. We do a lot on them during the day, and we don't always take care of them. Cross the right foot over the left. Use the right hand to press the knee away. Hold here or rock from side to side. If your arms are a little short, you can always put a block in between your hand and your knee. Just adds a little bit more space. Return to center, lift that left leg. Support it with the left hand. Hold here or rock from side to side. On this side, it's the 2 o'clock position that I feel it the most. Return to center. Drop that left foot down, cross the right leg all the way over. Arms out to the side, knees drop to the left. For that eagle twist. Keep those shoulders against the mat. The twist comes from the obliques and the lower back. If you need to place a block or a pillow underneath the knees, feel free, but really keep those shoulders on the mat. Engage the core, bring the knees back up through center. Drop them over to the right. Inhale, bring the knees back up to center. Extend that right leg up in the air, point and flex those toes one more time. Maybe a few circles. Bring the right foot down next to the left. Keep the knees together. Arms are still out to the side. Drop the knees directly over to the left. Restorative twist. Inhale, bring the knees back up to center. And then exhale them over to the right. Inhale those knees back up to center. Find a position that's comfortable for you for your Shavasana. Maybe it's legs straight, arms straight. I'm going to keep my feet wide on the mat and have my knees touch at the top. And slowly sink in. Allowing your breath to return to its normal rhythm. When you're ready, start to bring awareness to the space around you. Maybe rocking your head from side to side, wiggling your fingers and toes. And then we'll roll over onto our right side body. And use our top hand to lift ourselves up to our seated position. If you want to go ahead and turn your video on and your sound, we can look at each other for our namaste. There you are. And bring our hands to heart center. And our thumbs to our lips and to our third eye center. From the light that shines in me to the light that shines in you, in a gesture of respect, we bow to one another and say, Namaste. Thank you for the privilege of being your teacher on this Saturday morning. Hope you enjoyed class.